Okay, so it's 10. So we will go ahead and get started with interpretation. Go ahead, Lynette.
Muchas gracias, Mickey. Thank you so much, Mickey. Thank you to the organizers of the space for making sure that everyone can connect in their heart language. Muchas gracias por asegurarse que todos los organizadores de este espacio puedan conectarse en el idioma de su corazón. As soon as interpretation is turned on, you'll see it glow up at the bottom of your screen where you can select your heart language. However, if you are on a tablet or in a cell phone, it might look a little bit different. There's going to be 3 little dots to the right. There's going to be another drop-down button, and you can look for where it says interpretation. En cuanto se prenda la interpretación, va a haber un globo terráqueo abajo en sus pantallas donde pueden seleccionar el idioma de su corazón, pero si están en una tableta o en un celular, se va a ver un poquito diferente porque van a haber 3 puntitos a la derecha y van a haber varias opciones y van a escoger donde diga interpretación y pueden seleccionar el idioma de su corazón. Kind reminder, Spanish is 15 to 20% times longer than English. I'm going to take my screen off, but if at any point I jump back in here and I start doing this to you all, it means that you're talking too fast. And I want to make sure that I capture every word and every emotion that is being said. Por favor, el español es 15 a 20% veces más largo que el inglés. Si algún punto yo les hago así, yo hablo con mis manos, voy a quitar mi pantalla, pero si les regreso y les hago así, es que significa que están hablando demasiado rápido para mí. Quiero poder capturar cada emoción y cada palabra que se esté compartiendo. Acronyms, be aware of acronyms. That's also part of practicing language justice. Please define them a couple of times, say them a couple of times so that I make sense in Spanish and so everyone here in this space can understand what is being said. Por favor, acrónimo, si hay algún acrónimo en el espacio, defínanos unas cuantas veces, digan unas cuantas veces para asegurarme de que tenga sentido en español y que todos en este espacio puedan entender lo que se está diciendo. I think that is all. Creo que eso es todo. Vamos a aprender la interpretación y asegurarnos que esté trabajando. Let's go ahead and turn interpretation.
Thank you so much. So everyone should see that little globe icon and be able to select the language that you prefer to hear this meeting in. Did everyone see that and select their language? Excellent. All right, everybody, welcome. This is the second consortium meeting. We're really excited to have you all here. Some of you for the first time, some of you coming back. Is everyone able to see the presentation that I'm sharing right now? Okay, awesome. Okay, we will get started then. I just want to introduce ourselves again. If you don't know us, I am Mickey Davis. I'm the program manager. And we have Adonai here. He's our grant specialist. We're also joined by Michelle Meyer, who is also part of the community food access team here at the Colorado Department of Agriculture. So if you haven't met us, great to meet you. We also have a QR code here, and I will drop the link in the chat. This is our all-important consortium member resource folder. So this is the folder where you can find links to all of these resources that we are going to talk about. We had a meeting back in December where we went over a lot of functions of the consortium. So you can find in there a link to that meeting recording, that meeting presentation, also links to instructions for how to take advantage of the tax credit, Food Hub member benefits, and more. And as this group grows and develops, we are really excited to have that folder be a place where you can access all sorts of resources that are hopefully of importance to you. So feel free to open that up if you're at a computer and take a look at in that folder at some of the resources that are there. So what do we plan to cover today? So we're really going to focus this meeting on the benefits that our food hubs are offering. We have representatives from all of our food hubs here. So they're going to talk about what they've got to offer, what benefits are and then we're have some time to connect with each of those food hubs. We're going to spend a good chunk of this meeting breaking out into different regional groups based off of the service area for each retailer that that serves you. So this will be a great time to connect with the food hub is serving your region and start to think about perhaps making an order from them, and also talk about some of the things that you brought up in your survey responses. We learned from all of you that distribution challenges, pricing challenges are a big deal, right? So we want to facilitate those discussions today in our breakout groups. So that's what you can expect. We will also spend a little bit of time hearing back from retailers who were able to take advantage of the Consortium Tax Credit. And yeah, just hear a bit about what that process was like, and hopefully encourage some of you guys to take advantage of that in this coming year. So that's what we've got ahead for us. So just a quick reminder for those of you who are new to this consortium and here for the first time, what is the purpose of this gathering? Who are we and what is this group for? So the purpose of this consortium is to expand access to healthy food for low-income, low-access Coloradans. So the mechanism by expanding that access is by supporting small food retailers in areas where there are few supermarkets, and you are the businesses who are really the main access point for healthy groceries, right? So this group is designed to mitigate distribution challenges, look at pricing challenges, and connect retailers with Colorado producers. So if you're here in this group as a producer, we are so excited that you're here and willing to do that work of connecting to the small food retailers who are doing this challenging work of being the access point for healthy groceries in their area. So with that, I would like to open up the floor to our food hubs who we talked about what those food hubs offer. You can see links to a full description of the member benefits in your consortium member resource folder. But I want to give a little bit of space for each food hub to kind of talk about what they offer, why you should order from them, and what you can expect as the days get longer and warmer and Colorado agriculture starts to kick in full swing. So we've got 3 different food hubs. You can see their service area. They're pretty big. So yeah, we're really grateful to these food hubs who are offering these member benefits to all of the retailers in our consortium. So why don't we get started with Hardy Provisions? Is there anyone from Hardy who would like to share a bit about, your member benefits?
Hey, Mickey. Hey, everyone. Lovely to be here this morning. I'm Bree Schiebler. I do sales and procurement for Hardy Provisions, formerly East Denver Food Hub. And we just want to say, it's great to be a part of this group. And thank you, Mickey, for all your hard work, and everyone else at the CDA for organizing this. For Hardy Provisions, would say there have definitely been certain challenges, but I find the work really rewarding. As yet, my most recent triumph in this field was a newer community member, Kabul Halal Market in Aurora. And they they were looking for some difficult to find produce in Colorado. So as yet, I have not been able to source this in Colorado. But they're looking for a Persian leek or a tahre. And I was able to find that for them just this week. It took a few months. And so actually, like Ben, my colleague, hand delivered it to the store on Monday. But learning a lot about, you know, the different needs of different community members with regard to some pretty specialized foods that I wasn't familiar with, some of which I am. And I am also, I think I just found someone who's producing amaranth for one of our West African consortium members. And I'm finding it's very, you know, it's, as everyone knows who's done this work, it's a very like hands-on communication and time consuming process to meet the retailers, come in when there's a buyer. There are some barriers with regard to, you know, meeting buyers and getting communication across. So I'm happy to say that I think for all but 4 of the retailers, I've been able to make in-person visits to. And just a couple of them are like a little bit further away, like more than an hour's drive. And in those cases, I have yet to fully go to all those. But my colleague at the Ag Lab, Taylor, and I went up to Netherlands a couple weeks ago to meet with Kip Nash, which was wonderful with regard to what his needs are for the food pantry and the farmers market up there. One of the things that is lucky for us is we have a lot of Hispanic ingredients. And so for our consortium members that are carnicerias, that's a little bit easier for us. It's a little bit more similar to what we would carry on a rotating, you know, daily basis. And so we've sold some pinto beans. We have some great Boulder County grown pinto beans that we shared with those customers. And I may be forgetting something, Mickey, if there's any questions you have.
Well, Bree, thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, if you're a retailer in the Denver metro or Northeast region, the green region here, be thinking about, yeah, how can I leverage the services that Bree and Hardy Provisions are offering to get specialty products maybe that are more challenging to get from a mainline distributor. Or if you aren't ordering from a distributor yet, think about Hardy Provisions as an option to deliver to you. If you are a farmer in the Northeast region or the Denver metro region, and you're excited to grow specialty products, reach out to Bree and talk about, yeah, what you'd be willing to maybe grow to fill this need that some of our retailers have. So thank you so much, Bree. And please write down your questions. We're gonna have an opportunity for you to connect with Bree and other members of Hardy Provisions in our breakout groups at the back half of this meeting. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Shall we move on to Valley Roots? Is there anyone from Valley Roots here that wants to share?
Hi, Mickey and everyone. Nick Purchase here. I'm the new general manager of the Valley Roots Food Hub, going on about 9 weeks now. So we've been going through some transition. We've got a great crew here. Valley Roots is located in our warehouses in Mosca, Colorado, so in the San Luis Valley. We are a grassroots distribution hub underneath the blanket organization of the San Luis Valley Local Food Coalition. We're headed into our 11th season of food distribution. We cover a vast area, as you can see, that is also mapped out in this consortium. We're the yellow. Primarily, though, we are focused on, of course, the San Luis Valley through the South and North Arkansas Valley Basin down to the southeast corner. And then we tap into Durango and Cortez and Montezuma as well. We also head into Denver. We currently run a fleet of 10 trucks with 3 major delivery routes, but we do offshoots, and we work with the other hubs on this call too to do cross-docking. Our main focus for distribution is kind of wrapped around, of course, farmers and ranchers that are focused here in Colorado, and we pride ourselves on our fresh pick model, meaning that we're only holding our produce that comes to you for 24 hours before it's put on a truck. So it basically comes from the farm to us at our warehouse, gets repalletized, and then we distribute it the following 2 days to their drop-off locations. We work with about 50 plus, close to maybe 70 regular farms and ranches here in Colorado. We also like to focus on growing contracts specific to your needs through our farmers and ranchers. This helps facilitate making sure that you get what you need and that our farmers are also taken care of and know what they can grow for you. What else is there to say about Valley Roots at the present moment? Yeah, we've been working really diligently to service our members in our consortium. Many of you have also been purchasing from us for years, and so we already had that built relationship. Our current model and offering to you is that we have a $500 incentive for you to order through us with free delivery to use that voucher. We are going into kind of what we call the lull before the season really kicks off and jump starts. But we are attached to one of the largest potato growers in Colorado, known as White Rock, and so that's one of our primary offerings is papas and or potatoes, and so we do a heavy distribution amount of that across the state, actually. But we have a lot of offerings ranging, of course, from fresh side. And then also we do carry a bunch of shelf staple items as well that are already retail available to put on stores and storefronts. Yeah, we're excited to be here. We want to expand our offerings as far as like where we're going to. We do have some order minimums, but we can always work around that. And I'm excited to talk to everyone in our breakout sessions and figure out how we can work more collaborative together and get you guys what you need.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, we're so impressed with Valley Roots and huge service area that they cover. And I do want to just mention that every single one of these food hubs has committed to expand their service area for our consortium members, and it is a big deal, right? They're already doing a lot. So yeah, this is going to be a conversation. This is going to be a collaboration to make sure that they can service you. But in a lot of ways, all these food hubs are going above and beyond what their normal operations are. So yeah, that's one of the great reasons why we're really excited to have this conversation today so that you can have a chance to connect directly with them. So thank you, Nick. Okay, farm runners, would you like to share a bit about your food hub?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah. Hi, Emma.
My computer's been funny this morning. Hi, my name is Emma Cottonstedt, and my husband and I, with a large crew, run Farm Runners. We are based in Hotchkiss, Colorado. We've been able to connect with some consortium members. It's been really great to see such a wonderful response. And the benefits that we offer, sorry, just looking at some notes, but the benefits we offer to the new consortium members are we have no minimum deliveries fees for members on our existing routes. For members that are not on our existing routes, we offer a minimum of $200 with free delivery, and that's at least once per quarter, but we've already gone out of that. We've already been delivering pretty much weekly to some of the consortiums off of our routes. So let's talk if you are off our routes. Currently our routes are up in the Grand Valley. We go down to Mosca and meet up with Valley Roots. We go down to Telluride, Ouray Ridgeway. We are over in Crested Butte and Gunnison, and we do head down to Durango on a fairly regular basis. I know that that's on Valley Roots route too, though. We also offer deals on, we work with UNFI. So if you have trouble getting to UNFI, which is a natural food distributor with larger products, larger range, we can do ordering for you from that and only charge $2 per item. Fee on top of that. So whatever our cost is plus $2. Let's see. Yeah. We are currently operating 2 days a week, or running distribution 2 days a week. So we're out on Wednesday and Thursday. This may change this summer. We are happy to have conversations with new consortium members. We are about to see an explosion of asparagus and spring greens. We have a new microgreen or mushroom grower on board. We still have some beautiful apples and lots of eggs. We've got a couple of big egg suppliers that have been able to keep up with our crazy demand this spring. So yeah, let us know if we can help you.
Thank you, Emma. And we are so impressed at how Farm Runners has already started to go well beyond the usual route to service some of our consortium members. So yeah, we're really thrilled to have this partnership with each of you as the food hubs. And we know, these are big goals that we're trying to address with this consortium. There are long-standing reasons why certain areas can't receive deliveries, right? So this is really going to be a work in progress, and it's really exciting to have retailers in this room, farmers in this room, farm stands in this room, farmers markets in this room, and food hubs in this room to try to address some areas that really don't have steady access to healthy food. So yeah, really excited to get into it a bit more in our breakout groups later in this meeting. So again, you can find those Food Hub member benefit, those Food Hub member benefits spelled out in your consortium member resource folder. So feel free to take a look at that. Okay. I do also want to touch on the consortium member tax credit. So this is essentially a tax credit on the delivery fees that retailers incur for receiving healthy foods. So we covered this at length in the last meeting. You can find the recording of that in your member resource folder. It's around minute 23 that we start talking about it. So I'm more than happy to go over this again, but we were really excited to see that there were some applicants for this refundable tax credit. And I would love to leave some time here for any consortium members who did apply and receive a tax credit to talk about that experience and yeah, be very honest about how, whether it was worth it or not, so that other retailers can, maybe explore it. So Leanne, feel free. Are you able to come off of mute? You see?
There.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I spent a few hours putting together the tax credit, but it was definitely well worth it because my weekly fees for delivery are, between maybe $300, $250 in the winter, and $600-700 a week in the summer. So I worked with Mickey and her team on how to allocate between healthy food and other items, and we came up with a great formula that worked. And it was a lot of scanning, documentation, but the credit was very significant and very worth the time. And so this year, every week when I get my bill, it just takes me about 5 minutes to do this week's credit, and I've got an ongoing spreadsheet. So I'll be ready for 2025 tax credit.
Awesome. Yeah, we really loved how you took the time to give it a try. And we are so thrilled that it was worthwhile to you. And for retailers on this call who have similar delivery fees of similar size, $200, $300 a week, that really can add up. And receiving 75% of that back when you file your business taxes can be a pretty meaningful difference, right, for your business's bottom line. So we feel free to please take a look at that process that we've spelled out in your member resource folder and watch that recording. We did make a few small tweaks to the process. Basically, once we learned a thing or two about reviewing these applications that come in, the main difference is instead of requesting your cover sheet on a document, we're asking it to be submitted separately as an Excel spreadsheet. And that'll just create some more efficiencies with reviewing. But if you have questions about that, please feel free to reach out to us. And I know there are some other members of our consortium who took advantage of it, so I'm sure they'd be willing to share their experience too. Is there anyone else on the call who did get a consortium tax credit that wants to share about it? James, we'll take your question while we wait. Okay, I don't see anyone. So James, go ahead.
Hello, I'm James at Terrasana Farm in Mancus. So I guess my question on that would just be, I'm a retailer with, at farmers market, but also my roadside stand. And then if I were to be using my own delivery vehicle to go and purchase from other farms or other regions, and then bringing it back to my retail space, are those fees incurred and expenses, are those eligible for the tax credit on that?
We did talk about this a lot. Unfortunately, upon consulting with the statutory definitions of what's allowed and what isn't, that is not allowed, unfortunately, as eligible for the consortium tax credit. So if someone else were to deliver to you and invoice you, and you can prove that you paid them, that kind of thing would be able to be submitted for the tax credit. But
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, if there was just like somebody I knew, and say, hey man, I'll pay you to go, pick up produce and bring it back. In that case, the hourly that I have to pay them and the fuel, I guess I could then, because they would be buying it out of pocket, and then I'd be reimbursing them. So essentially, I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be a business that's set up for distribution. It could be just an independent contractor maybe that I could hire to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
So this is sort of encouraging you to outsource that task.
Right.
But hopefully that is of value to you. And that's definitely something to consider. And for others listening on this call, any kind of retailer, I know that there are a lot of stores that, have to go pick up food themselves. So feel free to brainstorm with us on how to take advantage of this tax credit, even if you don't have a distributor delivering to you like Leanne in Lake City does. So, thanks for that question, James. Rosara, did you have a question or a comment?
No, I think I'm good. That actually was related to something I was thinking about. Thank you, though.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so again, all of these resources are in your consortium member resource folder. And I do also want to mention, we've got a lot of folks on this call who are outreach and technical assistance providers. So if you are feeling a little daunted by the amount of scanning or wondering, what exactly it would take to take advantage of this consortium tax credit, I highly encourage you to reach out to the technical assistance provider in your region. Not every region has one, but most of them do. And they are also on this call here today. Many of them are. So if you haven't connected with your outreach and technical assistance provider, they are a wealth of help to you as you think about taking advantage of the opportunities through this consortium, but also through the Community Food Access Program in general. So thank you, Lauren, for introducing yourself there. I'm just gonna go back here and drop this link into the chat here so that you can find the way to connect to your outreach and technical assistance provider. Okay, there it is on our website. Okay. All right, so Michelle, how are we doing with sorting people into their respective breakout rooms?
Well, I'm pretty confident I've missed a few people that are supposed to be in the Valley Road South Central group, but I'm feeling pretty good about the other one, about the Farm Runners kind of
Okay.
West Slope groups. So we're just
Okay.
gonna say pretty good. I'm gonna say like 80%.
Okay, great. Well, we are about to break out, but I do want to mention that well, I want to say thank you for everyone who filled out our member assessment, our survey that that we've sent out to all consortium members to assess what their biggest challenges are, so we can better understand how to bring resources to this group that will support you. So one of the biggest things we learned, as I mentioned, is, these distribution challenges are very, very real. And that was not a surprise to us because we've been hearing it from you guys in working with you, with your grants and tax credits, et cetera. But we were also hearing that high price points is a huge challenge as well. Costly delivery fees is the second largest challenge we were hearing about. We also learned that for all of you who filled out this survey, all of you retailers who filled out this survey, the majority of you are actually already carrying Colorado products and interested in carrying more. So that's really exciting and good news for all of the producers on this call. We also are hearing that increasing visibility and marketing is a big goal of this, of all of you who filled out this survey. So we heard some interesting ideas about, creating some branding or leveraging this group to, try to do some special marketing and create more visibility for each of your businesses. So that's a really exciting outcome from this survey. So if you haven't filled out this survey yet, the link is here in this on this slide. And if you've already taken the survey, but you have another thought for us, this is a great place to just put those thoughts. You're welcome to fill out this survey as many times as you want. And this is going to help inform who we invite to these meetings as a guest speaker. For example, what sorts of tools and trainings that you guys are interested, how to, break out this larger group into different task forces and groups. So to get us started, we would like for you guys in your breakout groups to elaborate more on what you talked about in that survey. So for retailers, have you ordered from your food hub? If not, why not? And if so, what have your successes been or challenges been working with your food hub? And your food hub's going to be right there listening. So this is a really great opportunity to just have a direct conversation. We'd also love to hear from retailers, which did you mark as the biggest challenge that your business faces on the delivery side of things, or otherwise, right? Maybe it's hiring, retaining staff, etc. So we really want to use this as the launching point for discussion. For food hubs, farmers, and outreach and technical assistance providers in each breakout group, what are your responses to those comments and challenges that our retailers bring up, right? And then, open discussion for what ideas do we have for how to address these challenges for retailers. So, as I mentioned, we're going to break out by food hub service area. Some groups will be much larger than others. We just ask that before you speak, you kind of remind everyone in your breakout group who you are and where you're located. Just so that everyone can kind of get a sense of it. Are you a farmer and what county are you in, etc. So this is really designed to be an open discussion, and hopefully some good connections can be made, and we will be taking notes and recording some action items that we want to move forward on as a consortium. So each group will have a moderator from CDA there.
Quick question. How long do you want me to set the breakout rooms for? Do you still want to, what do you think?
Yeah, let's plan to come back at 11:20 and just sort of circle up as a bigger group. But spend the rest of that time in discussion. Okay.
40 minutes?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. All right. Sounds like we're all going into our groups.
Did I not put you and me in a group, Mickey? Is this not, or did I mess something up?
I'm not in a group either.
Yeah, me neither. I'm still here.
Right. But there should be people staying here with Adonai, so I think it's just me who didn't. Okay, so Adonai, if there are people in here that should be in one of the rooms, I think you should be able to assign them. Maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, let me just look, and I'm trying to figure out how to assign myself because I did not. Not great.
I could assign you to, I could assign you
Can you? Thank you.
West Globe, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I think I need to be in Hardy Provisions.
Yeah, this is gonna be the Hardy provision, yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna stay in this main group, in this main channel.
Okay, okay.
Hi, I'm still here, not assigned.
Is me too.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not assigned, I don't think.
Okay, give me 1 second. I couldn't see who was not assigned. Okay, who needs to be in either South Central with Valley Roots Food Hub or West Slope with Farm Runners?
I need to be in Valley Roots. I got kicked out. This is me.
Okay, give me one second.
I'm in Boulder. I think.
Then you should
Already
define.
you're in the right place, Deo. Okay. You're with me, so you're here. Yes.
Hi, I'm Rocio Padilla. I think I need to be in, let's see here, the San Luis Valley one, Valley Roots.
Valley Roots, there you go.
I'm also here with Rocio, so I need to be in the same group.
Valley Roots, there you go, Rosaura.
Hey, this is
And
Tiffany. I think I'm supposed to be in Farm Runners group. I think, is that West Slope?
Farm Runners, West Slope. Yes, Tiffany, there you go.
Thank you.
Hi, Mona Newton, Farm Runners, West Slope.
Hi, Mia. There
Hi.
you go. Thank you. Hi,
Thank you.
Chris. Okay.
Hi there. Be in Valley Roots Food Hub group.
There you go, Chris. Valley Root Food Hub.
I need to be in West Slope.
West Slope, you got it, David. All right.
This is Brittany. I'd like to be in the Farm Runners too, please.
Farm Runners, Brittany. There you go.
Hi, it's Seth. I need to go to Valley Roots.
That Valley Roots, yes, you have to. There you go.
This is Mita. I still need in Valley Roots.
Oh, sorry, Mira. There you go.
Where'd it go?
Valley Roots.
I'm not getting an invite. Is there something else I need to do?
No, I'll just send you there.
Okay.
Oh, you're on the phone? No, you're not.
No, I'm on computer.
Okay, I already sent you.
And now I'm getting kicked out again.
Hmm.
I'll be right back.
Oh. Okay, yeah, it seems we are here. If you guys want to start the conversation, and remember, yeah, just to say your name and your region and what type of business are you? A farmer, farm stand, retailer, whoever wants to take the mic, let me know.
I'll kick us off.
Thanks,
Hi,
Robert.
everyone. Oh. Hi, everyone. My name is Roberto Mesa. I'm one of the co-founders of Hardy Provisions, formerly East Denver Food Hub. We're located in the Denver area in the Valverde neighborhood, really close to the Broncos Stadium. We just moved here in January and have increased our cold storage. And I will pass it on to Bree, who's our sales and procurement specialist.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Bree.
Bree,
As
we can't hear
Roberto
you.
said.
Sorry. Go ahead. You're good.
Oh, sorry. As Roberto said, my name is Bree, and I do sales and procurement. I left my email and phone number in the chat. Feel free to contact me that way or to ask any questions you may have. I'm more than happy to receive them. And are there any retailers in this group?
My name is Maria Loera, and I'm a retailer in Fort Morgan, Colorado.
Okay, yeah, let's connect because I haven't been over to y'all yet, and there's a couple there. So I'd love to make an appointment. I can probably make it next or the following week.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, would you mind just sending me an email or text?
Sure,
Okay,
no problem.
Thank you. Marion? think you're on mute.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I can never do it as fast as it wants me to. I'm Marion Murphy and I'm a technical assistant for the Boulder Broomfield farmers and retailers, and I would love to sit down with you.
Sure.
And I'm even happy to come to your location just because I need to see, you know what I mean? I'm a good person. And Roberto knows me from way back.
I was just about to say, man, it's good to see you, and definitely we'd love to have you over.
Okay, I'm excited for all these changes, and I confess I've been in my own world and had no idea how much you've grown and move forward. At any rate, I want to just introduce, I have a nonprofit called Grow Your Own Meal, and that's what I use to advocate for farmers and now the retailers also. And I will be in touch to set a time and we can meet at your location. Okay?
Okay, thank you. I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Mita. Can somebody please send me to Valley Roots? I think I'm back for good. I hope.
Okay, Mira, yeah, I'll get you.
Hi everyone. I think I'm supposed to be in the Valley Roots Food Hub group. I'm sorry to interrupt what we're doing, but I don't know how to get myself where I'm
No
supposed
worries.
to be.
I'll get you there. Valley Roots. There you go, Chris.
Thank you.
Chris, it's good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, good to see you too.
I wanted to introduce myself as well. My name is Taylor Jones, and I am one of the technical assistance providers with Ag and Food Lab for the Denver area. So if anyone needs help with grant reporting or getting receipts scanned or filling out any of the paperwork, I am available for that.
Thank you, Taylor.
Taylor, can you put your information in the chat, please?
I will do that right now.
And I believe one of my retailers is here under Brenda. Is that you, Marcos?
Yeah, that's me. Hi, everyone. This is Marcos. We're a small retailer here in Broomfield.
Yep,
I'm here instead of my wife, so if you have any questions, I'm here.
He's one of our grand successes in Broomfield.
Marcus, what's the name of your shop?
It's Carniceria Chihuahua, which is in Spanish.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
He's part of the reason I want to come visit you, Roberto.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can make it down, Marcus, too, we'd love to host you as well.
Yeah, Marcus, we should go together. We'll figure
If
it
not-
out.
Yeah, we should go. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Bree
if
was
not,
here.
That would be
Bree will be able
perfect.
to reach out as well. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I think that
Thanks.
Taylor and I may have gone to the shop.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. And we were talking. Oh, are you the one I got the frozen ají amarillos from?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we loved your shop. Yeah,
No,
Taylor and
thank
I
you.
have had really a great time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, how's
Thanks.
everything going?
It's been slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of changes since the new president get in.
So fewer people are shopping.
Yeah, we noticed a big drop.
Sorry
People
to
are
hear that.
scared. Yeah, we understand, but we're trying to push more delivery service,
Yeah.
which is helping us a little bit right now. But we're still here and we're gonna keep working on whatever we can.
Yeah, that's great. I know that's really can be a challenge when you have fresh produce. If you have
Yeah.
your customers, that's really hard.
Yeah, but we're willing to start working with everything around here, so be maybe more easier for everybody, including us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Would you maybe want to coordinate with Marion and come down to visit us one day? Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
Totally.
I'm definitely going to do that. And I have one of my farmers here too, Vanita.
Vanita.
I'm sure she has questions.
Yeah, we've
because
met too, Marcos.
he grows great produce.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know I do have some questions, but I don't want to stray away from the introductions yet. So I'm Vanita. We have a farm that's about 3.5, 4 acres in North Longmont, and we deliver up and down the Front Range. So we do partnerships with either retail shops, although there's not that many of those, restaurants, nonprofits, food hub, like food pantries, and then majority of it is through farmers markets and CSA. So especially like you were saying, Marcos, I'm try to keep in mind of like what changes we'll see in customer patterns, even at farmers markets from a safety lens, even for myself, to be honest. And so trying to develop some type of a awareness training so that they're not feeling alone, and also thinking about other pickup options outside of public spaces in case people are needing that. But overall, I think we do grow specialty items. What's difficult, and this kind of gets into the questions we were talking about, what's difficult for us at our size is with specialty items, the seeds are really unpredictable. There's a few producers on this call. So like, the germ rate could be different. It could not taste the same that from that specific culture. And it just takes a few years. Like we've been trying to do cumin for 3 years. We're trying to do a few spices for a few years, ahis for a few years. And some years are fine, some years are just not great. And then there's hail and wind and all that stuff. And so with the supplying it directly to retailers, what we found really successful is having that direct communication with them and saying, what is it specifically what's the taste, what's the feel, what's the memory you're going for? And then with that constant communication, we're able to narrow down, like, yes, we have, like, for example, we're growing these specific peppers from a specific region that we know is highly requested, but we don't know if it'll taste the same. And so that's where I think it really helps us to just build a relationship directly with them and say, is this what you're looking for? Is it something different? And keep looking for seeds. Otherwise, as far as seeds go, we try to find seeds from people of that culture whenever possible. So we're growing a lot more South Asian seeds with my background than every year we increase South Asian and Southeast Asian veggies as much as possible based on the feedback we get from our customers.
Vanita, do you have okra?
So that's the thing that's really challenging is I think the last year that with I don't know if you were called Hardy Provisions last year, it might have been East Denver Food Hub, but that was the only time that people had reached out asking for okra. We harvested 35 okra. And being Indian, I was like, I need half of those. And then the other half went to another Indian family because we had been talking about how much it's so hard to find, and it was Indian seed or Pakistani seed. And so, yeah, those are the things that we're talking about. We're like year after year, we try to grow okra. This year, we have a 50 to 55 day okra seed that we're hoping doesn't die out quite as quickly as it usually does. But those are the ones that people always want in like a large amounts, and it's just so hard to find. So from a farmer perspective, what we found successful when partnering with retailers is there's some things that are bought more consistently that do grow easier here, and then we add on the hard to find stuff, because then we can kind of know that it's not just the one thing that everyone's looking for once a year type of thing.
Is
But
bitter
yeah,
melon
okra is in
something
high
you've done?
demand.
Oh, sorry. Is bitter melon something that you've done?
Minu does it, and we're really good friends with Jade, and the market has not caught up to how delicious that vegetable is. And so we just support Jade by being like, we're at the same farmers market, go sell them out. And if it ever got to a point where they were selling out and there was more of a demand, then we would start growing that. Not that like it's a competition, it's just wanting to support each other. So we grow a lot of the similar vegetables, but we also have different markets. So yeah, but we grow like Oppo and Loki, Duthi, bottle gourd. Those are all different words for the same type of squash. And then peppers from certain different regions and stuff like that. So there's definitely some specialty items we love to play with, but those are the ones that take quite a few years to perfect.
Excellent. Well, hopefully I'd love to connect with you. I have my email in the chat and phone number there, but to learn a little bit more about what you're growing, and you guys love to come see the farm sometime.
Cool. Sounds good.
And like I mentioned before, I have an Afghani mart. So I'm thinking there may be some crossover there with some of what you might be growing, or Minoru even.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the two of us, I don't know that Jade does too much wholesale because they're primarily doing markets and CSA. And that's us too, is we're primarily doing markets and CSA with a little bit of like personalized one-on-one relationship with wholesale. So this year there's a chef who is looking for specific things from their cultural background, and we're growing seeds from that cultural background for them. And that we found a lot more successful than growing a bunch of salad greens and then having to force to find a market and then having food waste. As I think Roberto and I talked about that a few years ago, where wholesale is harder to get into when you only have like 5 or 6 partners ordering inconsistently.
Yeah. And actually, I think this opens up, I do want to get through some other introductions because I don't know everyone here, but I'll just say that that presents a lot of really great opportunities. Bree's matchmaking ability is really to figure out how to provide some direction to farmers that meets the needs of retailers and communities. So like you said, Vanita, we can decrease that food waste and be able to bring in a diversity of locally grown products to the community. And there's some strategies just in terms of coordination and commitment so that it de-risks, again, the investment that farmers take on in that sense.
That's good.
Hi, can folks hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
All right, awesome. Sorry, I'm on my phone, not on regular Zoom, so I've never done this before. My name's Brian Erickson. I'm the owner of Wellfed Farmstead, small vegetable, fruit, flower, herb farm in Fort Collins. Do a little bit of the same things that were just mentioned, farmers markets, CSA, but we do have some pretty established relationships with some wholesalers. Awesome relationship with East Denver Food Hub for the past 3 years, and hoping to keep it up now that they're Hardy Provisions. And a few other small food hubs in the Denver area, and about a half a dozen restaurants here in Fort Collins. We grow a lot of different specialty items, but it generally is kind of farmers market favorites. But I love a lot of diversity, and I would really love to grow some more specialty items for people that they can't find elsewhere. So if you do have connections for specific crops that you want grown, I'm always interested in trying things out and seeing how it works. Yeah, I guess that's me.
Good to have you on here, Brian.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm a retailer here in Fort Morgan, and I guess the main thing is I'm not familiar with any of the items that the people here have mentioned that they grow with the farmers or producers. And I think it would be helpful if maybe we can use as reference maybe somewhere in our folders what it is that, or just like in general, a list of what the farmers and producers in our Hardy Provisions area, what they produce and what they have to offer, so that we can look at one place and kind of see, oh, well, I can get this from, try to get this from this person or that from that person. Do you see what I'm saying? Where we could go to like one place and know exactly, maybe not exactly, but just kind of a gist of what everyone has to offer.
Yeah, hi Maria, it's Brie again.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, if you shoot me an email with just the name of your retail shop and your cell phone number, I'll enter you, and this applies to any other retailers, I'll enter you as a customer, so you can log into our portal, and then you can see what we do have available. And then we also will be able to, open communication as to what you may be looking for if you don't see it. And then I'm more than happy to, I swear I will try my very best and I'm very tenacious about these things, to get you what you're looking for.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that would be great.
So, does my mic work?
Yes, hi Martin.
Hey, well, I met you at the winery there.
Yeah, you're from Eindhoven, right?
No, I think that's Utrecht.
Oh, Utrecht. Okay, yeah. So we've bonded over.
Yeah, so yeah, I remember because you're named after a cheese.
There you go.
So, I have a store, and I have a ranch, and I have a slaughterhouse, and I try to look for opportunities that are challenging, you know. Um, I try not to do the standard thing. So it's either better or priced better or a product is better. On the producing side is the processing probably. Um, I try to let smaller packages, more affordable. Um, it's a difficult situation. A lot of paperwork for me to do it with regulations of USDA and FDA, and I'm in the middle of just starting this week to build that new plant, which I'm hoping to have done here very quick. And my goal is to produce a set items that are, let's say, you could put in your inventory and be able to get to another retailer where they can actually move it, so it's not too expensive. In this situation, everybody has to be able to make some money, or else it's not going to work. Um, in my store, it's just a regular whatever I can get, I sell it. Most of my customers on the meat side are Hispanic, and I sell a lot of meat directly already. Um, I don't really have a lot like the tax credits. I run my own trucks or whatever, so it's not really worth for me to go after it. I usually don't pay any delivery charges because of the volumes that I get. And a lot of my deliveries are, um, how do I say it, directly from another business. Um, we've been daddling with some online sales that people order. Some of those went through Bondadosa, who does a delivery directly to in the metro area to their homes. But for me, I'm looking at how do I get affordable products to these other smaller uh, retailers. I do not like to do business with U.S. foods or those big corporations. It's something that I'm totally against. I've never depended on them, and I don't ever want to. So that's where I'm at. Um, it's coming together nicely for me. Um, my challenge is this. Now, what is my challenge? There's only me, and there's not enough hours in the day to get it all done. I'm working too much for it, but there's some technical assistance I would like to speak to. Maybe they could help me sort out, get more time out of my day, whether it is more of an inventory scanning in and out and work orders, but Simla Frozen Food Locker. I guess I need to say where I'm from, Simla, Colorado, and that's my goal is to butcher for local local product, process it, and sell it through local stores. So if they're looking to sell their product at Walmart, I'm not going to be the guy. I'm looking for individual, especially family business. That's what we are. So yeah, that's me.
Hey Martin, I had a conversation with Curtis Kozloff, I believe, at in Denver at his place, the Fruit Shack. And from what I understood, when he was getting his own meat processed, there are some restrictions about selling it either wholesale or to any party that was not the end user. Is that the same challenge that you face?
Yeah, I had, because they knocked on my door for that too. That the difference is different guidelines for some are state guidelines, some are federal. I can produce poultry and then sell it to the end consumer. The end consumer can produce poultry, but then it has to be not for retail. So the end, they could go up to 2,000 birds and pluck them in their own garage and sell them in their own store without a license. But since I am licensed, I can only butcher my own birds for resale. So, and of course, I'm allowed only one exemption under that law. So it's difficult. It's not something that I think we should be carrying too far in, but I would love to explain it to you. It's quite convoluted to come through. Yeah, that was a deal. They were talking about 20 birds, and of course, to me, 20 birds is not a lot. But they're wondering why one person would have 20 birds in their freezer. Most people that I butcher for raise 100 birds and put them in their own freezer, so that's not a big quantity to me. But that got sorted out.
Okay, excellent. Do you mind, Martin, sending me an email or text and we could set up a time to talk?
Sure, I think you're in my phone already.
Oh yeah, I think so. Probably, I think probably too.
I think so
About
too.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you are. Okay. All right. Good memory.
Thanks, Martin. Does anybody else wants to jump in and introduce themselves?
I can go. My name is Deolandra Perez, and I am a technical assistant for Boulder and Broomfield County. And Martin, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but what area are you?
He's in the far east, I believe. In Simla.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Albert County. I'm an hour east of Colorado Springs. Right, there's a small corner there on 24 that's in Albert County, and it takes me 45 minutes to get to Castle Rock. An hour and a half away from the airport in Denver.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Real quick, I'm Trey Ford. I'm a retailer out in Lincoln and Kit Carson County with a few stores. So just want to say hi. Always looking for local produce opportunities. So yeah.
Thanks, Trey. Yeah, Trey is located in, where was that? Kit Carson, yeah, with the Stratton shop and the Lemon shop, right, Trey?
Lyman, Flagler, and Stratton.
Thank you, Trey. And yeah, I mean, if you want to share anything that you have something to share, challenges or any successes as well, you know, with the consortium, what do we expect from it? Anything you want to share, you're welcome to do so. Thanks.
Sure, yeah, no problem. We were upgrading produce equipment recently, and that's how we found this tax credit. So retailers should definitely look into that to partake in any refrigeration equipment that needs upgraded. This was a great program to use to help with that, since it's an expensive project for the equipment and the installation and everything that's involved. New equipment in retail spaces is definitely needed, especially in older stores. Better visibility, better holding temps, more space usually the new equipment allows. So we've done a few projects now already and look forward to possibly doing more. Challenges, just with high costs of everything, but again, sourcing local produce in our area in eastern Colorado is not being close to the Front Range and some of those producers. Specifically, we're more of a dry land farming area, so we don't have somebody running up and down the road trying to sell us anything. So we definitely would like to network with a lot of producers.
Trey, what is your store called?
Stop and Shop Supermarket.
Okay, super.
I can go next. I'm Laurel Smith up at Here and Now Farm, north of Wellington. Here and Now stands for Healthy, Ecologically Responsible Economy north of Wellington. And I'm in front of a greenhouse that was paid for by the Small Food Business Recovery and Resilience Grant. So that's what makes me a part of this consortium. But I'm also half-time. I work as a value chain coordinator for Nourish Colorado. And my role there is specifically with the Double Up Food Bucks program. So if anyone on this call, as a retailer or as a producer, is interested in connecting more with Double Up Food Bucks as a way of expanding food access where you are, or if you're interested in learning more about Colorado SNAP Produce Bonus, another healthy food incentive that I participate in as a farmer, I can tell you about that one more, farmer to farmer or farmer to store. Let's talk. You can reach me at laurel@hereandnowfarm.com or laurel@nourishcolorado.org. But yeah, I'm just up here in Wellington, working on expanding healthy food access up here. I'm thanks also to that grant. I am starting a farm stand later this season, and the idea is to sell not only my own produce grown here, but also produce grown by neighboring producers, people who grow sweet corn and dry beans and hard red wheat and so on, who want to collaborate. They share the value of expanding local food access, but don't want to do direct sales themselves. So we'll collaborate and maybe even start what's called a farm stop in the spirit of some folks elsewhere in the country who are interested in having consignment-based stores and farm stands that are local products only and are run as either nonprofits or L3Cs. So if any of you have ever heard of or know much about an L3C model, it's new to me and I'm considering it. So please let me know if you can offer me any wisdom about L3C business models, or if at your farm stand you also have multiple producers selling. I'd love to connect with other people, as I want this farm stand to be successful so that we can keep doing it, and also successful for the people who most need food to eat up in my area. So thanks, y'all. It's good to be here with you.
Laurel, could you put your information in the chat, please?
Absolutely, I will. I'll do that right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. I also want to say that Celine on the call is one of the retailers in the Denver area who runs Double Up Food Bucks. I don't see her right. Oh, there she is. Hi. And we're happy to be doing some value chain coordination with her in the season ahead. So if there are producers who would like to sell to small groceries, corner stores, bodegas, gosh, I'd love to hear from you, because we need more fresh, healthy produce affordable for stores like Celine's at Athmar Mart to purchase for her customers who shop with Double Up Food Bucks. So I will leave my contact information in the chat for that.
Thank you, Laurel. Awesome. And if anybody else wants to jump in, we still have a few more minutes to go back into the main room. So just let me know if you guys want to talk about anything else.
I can introduce myself real quick. Hi everyone, my name is Hallie. I'm the director of the Jeffco Food Policy Council, pronouns are she, her. And so we're kind of coordinating all of the technical assistance providers in the Denver metro area. So if you're in Jeffco, Denver, Adams, Boulder, Broomfield, any of those counties, and are looking for help, my email's on the website and I can help get you into contact with Marion or Taylor or any of our other technical assistance folks in the Denver metro area.
Alona, how much time do we have? What time do we have to go back?
3 minutes.
Oh.
11:20, we'll be going back to the main room all together again. And then Mickey's gonna close the meeting after.
Yeah, it doesn't leave a ton of time to help coordinate. I mean, this was great to connect with everyone, but I think maybe as we start generating some other ideas and really sifting through some of the recommendations that some of you offered, we can really start integrating, in a much more kind of connected way, how we can potentially do like a group purchasing option that can lower product pricing while still being able to get products to you all. That's one of the things that we've been looking at as a strategy for Hardy Provisions. And then also highlighting some of the benefits that you all get to enjoy as members of the consortium so that we can really align on the best way to utilize the funding that we have, the relationships, the partnerships, and maybe some other strategies could emerge as well. So I'd love to, like Bree has already scheduled some follow-up phone calls and meetings, but it would be great to maybe not wait a whole quarter before we get to connect again.
Thank you, Roberto. Yes, anyone wants to connect at all, please reach out to me. And then I'm gonna make my way to Fort Morgan in the next couple weeks. And I'm already chatting to Martin now. But yes, would love to have more of a dialogue between you guys to see what I can do. Laurel, it's great to see you. And Hallie, thanks for being on the call also. But we really, love working with you and, enjoy all the connections to foster local food with local producers. And thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thanks, Bree. And I just want to lift up too something Vanita wrote in the chat. We only have a minute, but there are, other than connections to food hubs, I want to just emphasize too that there are other points of connection, right? Like Vanita wrote, I've been dreaming of putting together a quick training guide for vendors on how to recognize the signs of unsafe and welcoming behaviors, how to address when these things happen, ideally without calling the police. More specifically, know your rights, making that information easily accessible, but also some basics on how to de-escalate tense conversations you may feel forced into as a vendor. My plan was to utilize resources already available and created by local organizations, since they'd be more aware of policies and changes. That really resonates with me. So I bet there are others of you too, and I hope we can use this consortium space for those kinds of conversations as well.
Hey, Laurel, thank you so much. Sorry to jump back in, but we're all back. And fun to kind of hear what you guys were talking about in your breakout group. I know our breakout groups ended before a lot of people got to kind of share their thoughts. So really great discussion though. Thank you everyone in our South Central group who shared out. I do want to, so one big theme from our topic is the efforts that Valley Roots is taking to establish cross-docking stations. I do want to say that, of course, funding for those cross-docking stations was brought up as a barrier. So Nick Purchase, I do just want you to know that those cold storage sites, that equipment is eligible for a community food access equipment tax credit. And while Valley Roots Food Hub as a distributor is not eligible to apply for that, all of these consortium members are. So if you as a retailer or you as a farmer have a desire to kind of plug in with your food hub and think collaboratively, think creatively about how to serve as a, sort of a spoke of the hub, or another smaller access point, please reach out to your food hub so that those conversations can get started. Maybe your farm, maybe your retailer is the actual owner of that equipment. Your business could get a tax credit for that and then serve as this sort of smaller hub for your sub-region, right? So I did want to get that in before we all parted ways. Anyone from another group want to bring up sort of a burning question, a burning topic, a burning statement that you didn't get to say in your group before we sign off? Dr. Pena, would you like to share your thoughts?
Yes, thank you. I mean, this issue's come up at previous meetings and it just did now as well. I think if we're going to grow the producer site membership of the San Luis People's Market, we need to have a USDA certified butcher meat processing plant in the valley. And I know this has come up before. Going to West Cliff is pretty prohibitive, especially in the winter, to go get our livestock processed so that we can then butcher it in our own meat department at the market. I know there's been conversations before, and I wonder if someone could remind me, didn't we set up a group that was going to look into getting some grant proposals together to try to get a USDA certified kill station? I would add that the Acequia Institute is willing to pay and subsidize for the inspection costs, because that can be prohibitive. Now, who knows what's going to happen under the current regime? They're dismantling so much of our food safety system. So I don't know, it's a very uncertain time. But does anyone recall our conversations about setting up a subgroup for this region, South Central, San Luis Valley, that addresses gets together to work on a USDA certified kill station?
Definitely came up in our last meeting. And I'd be curious to maybe form smaller groups to talk through that, because it also came up for the Nucla area, Western Slope. So this is something that I think we want to take forward into our next quarter of action items. Jay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're having those conversations in the San Luis Valley around the action plan. So we should talk soon, Devin.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay. And thank you, Dr. Pena. Any other comments from maybe the Western Slope group or the Denver Metro group?
I mean, I can cover quickly. We had a smaller group, but really great connections, meaningful ideas and conversation. I think maybe one of the bigger takeaways was just thinking about more outreach to get more members in the consortium and how to connect a little bit more.
Thanks, Michelle. Anyone from Denver Metro group and the Northeast region want to share out?
Yeah, I think it was really constructive. We already have some phone calls scheduled with a lot of the participants, so that was nice. But yeah, it was a good experience. I think we were able to hear some success and challenges from the tax credit, as well from the grant, and yeah, I think it was very beneficial for all of us.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Well, it was fun to break out in this way based off of Food Hub service area. I'd be excited to explore breakout groups that are based more on business type. So all farm stands get to kind of convene and talk about shared challenges and successes, all retailers, and all farmers and producers. So that's something we're thinking about for our next meeting, but we also want to take your feedback and yeah, structure our next meeting, which will be next quarter. So we're thinking more like, gosh, what are we in March? Maybe more like June, to meet again. And the more you fill out those surveys and the more you connect with us, the more we'll be able to make these meetings, yeah, valuable for you and your time. So as always, feel free to reach out to us if you have specific things you want to follow up on. I hope you were able to make some good connections with folks in your service area. And I certainly have a lot of thoughts that I'm going to be chewing on in the coming weeks and months about, yeah, how to advance the goals of this consortium. So I thought we'd have plenty of time in those breakout groups, but it definitely was not enough time for our group. So thanks for bearing with us. And if you had something you really wanted to say, again, please reach out to me and let me know. And yeah, we're so grateful to have this group together and for all of your hardworking, brilliant minds on these really challenging problems. So thanks, everybody, and talk to you later.
And thanks to you too.
Everyone, take care.